everyone, and welcome back to our weekly DSS break. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're here streaming live every week to talk about data science experiences and best practices with leading data professionals in a 15-minute break. I'm Anna Annison, CEO and founder of Data Science Salon, and I'm streaming here from our headquarters located in the heart of Miami, right next to the design district. And on today's DSS break, I'm actually sitting down with Charles Pich, who's a director of analytics at GameStop, and he's also here in Miami. And Charles has spent the last 10 years building data teams focused on enabling the business leveraging data science, analytics, and modern data architectures. And today he's going to tell us more about building data science teams in very fast-paced environments, which is a really interesting topic. And thank you so much for joining us for this DSS break, Charles.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Happy to be a part of it.
Nice. So maybe we can, you could tell us a little bit about your background. I know you've spent the last 10 years in really fast-paced, innovative startups and really transformative companies. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about how you got here.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a untraditional route, but not as straightforward as a lot of folks from a high academia side of the business, where people come from computer science backgrounds or maybe academia and machine learning or statistics. I started in a hedge fund company and just really learned very quickly about the business's appetite for information and data and how that manifested into building out products out of complex information and be able to present that to stakeholders to make best decisions. So over time, I've had the fortunate opportunity to work with some pretty innovative companies, stable companies within South Florida like AutoNation or Chewy, as well as BoxyCharm, and now here at GameStop. So it's been great, kind of tutelage of understanding how companies leverage data, how they leverage teams that can get to data and make the most of it, and how organizations really spend a lot of need to build in terms of people as well as process in order to get the most out of their information.
Cool. Yeah, no, it sounds like you bring pretty much at all the top companies here, which is awesome. So you must have a lot of really interesting insights on all of them and all the processes that go on there. And I know now that you're VP of analytics at GameStop, which is a really cool company as well. What are some of your responsibilities in your current role?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great, I'd say year plus, at this spot already. A lot of the things that we're really focused on, as a lot of companies in this world, especially coming pandemic and where commerce and the omni-channel, brick and mortar, we're really looking at finding ways in the data itself that we can surface opportunities around our customer buying behaviors, the way to automate or influence and optimize our processes around fulfillment, around our merchandising, the way that we procure product, and then really just understanding how we can forecast and predict the outcomes going forward on how our customers will react, will benefit going forward. It's a lot to do with getting into all sorts of information, whether it's customer specific or product specific or purchasing specific. But very fortunate, we've built a really strong team here, and our responsibilities are really just about getting the most out of the information in front of us.
Cool. And you just mentioned a team. That was my next question. I know that was one of your main focuses is to build data science teams. And why is a mix of the right people so central for companies to be successful?
Yeah, it's, it really just comes down, you can try to find what is like the data unicorn, find, people with that kind of hit all the right spots at once. They have a strong academia in terms of, statistical knowledge or machine learning or data infrastructure and data engineering. But I really think where you become the most successful is the talent that you spread out throughout the team and the mix of folks and the diverse backgrounds that they have, from individuals that have a strong business knowledge or domain knowledge, individuals that have a really keen understanding of how the back end or data infrastructure works, those that are really strong and suited for building out statistical models or building out data models, sophisticated models, and those that are really strong about being able to present that information.
Oh no.
Because these you have, oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, but I lost you for just one probably 10 seconds. So.
Okay, well, we're kind of rounding out as I've seen in companies where you have all this data and all of these strong processes and all these great tools and all these great things that you produce, but you can't actually translate it or get it to the business. So having the folks that have that business centric mind and are able to translate what has been created into what you can actually action on, I think that's what the separation is, and kind of what I've in my career looked for in individuals, and lucky enough to find a lot of those folks along the way.
Nice. And what are some of the main challenges that you are facing when it comes to building data science teams? And how do you overcome them? Because I hear a lot that there's just not enough talent kind of in this area, right? That's what I've heard before. So I was wondering if that's one of the challenges, what some of the other ones, and how do you usually overcome them? It sounds like you've built a pretty awesome team.
Yeah, no, they have. I've had some, just really fortunate about the to have on the team or inherit on the team or develop. I think that's the biggest thing is the challenge. Obviously, yeah, going to find folks. There's so many companies out there now with the remote opportunities that exist, and even GameStop from that standpoint that can be in that remote hybrid environment. There's just so many opportunities, and it's great. It's great to be in this field today. The longevity is there. You can find yourself in an immense amount of types of companies. And I think the challenge has been that. I think how we've overcome those challenges is when you have folks on the team and the first thing is you can't just look for one specific thing. You're going to look over a lot of folks that do really at all or master of one, but they might be a master of some, right? Or a master of none, which is okay as well. And so what we want to do is find those folks. And I look at it more like piecing together a basketball team. In a basketball sense of the word, and that sports analogy, you don't need 5 centers. You don't need 5 point guards. You need somebody that's good at dribbling the ball, somebody that's good at shooting, somebody that's good at getting rebounds, and everyone that kind of understands their job. But more importantly is, as you create this team, it's all about the folks that maybe have a strong background in architecture and other ones that are really strong on building out sophisticated models. How do you bridge the gap between the two? How do you help develop folks? Because my motto has always been, look, you may be with me for 5 days or 5 months or 5 years if I'm fortunate enough, but during that time, my goal as the person that is supporting you in your career growth is to put you in the best position in the company to be successful and then set you up for success going forward. And that really just comes with spending the time and developing and really helping folks grow in their career.
Cool. I really love the basketball team example. I've never heard that before, so that's really neat. And what is your advice for other data science leaders when building their teams? It sounds like investing time into people's growth. Is there any other kind of advice that you have when people are trying to build their teams up?
Yeah, I think it's, one is that. The other part is, you need to understand that you need to be very business centric. It's a lot of times, and when this thing all got started up, and it's happened in many companies before, data science teams or data architecture teams, whatever for that matter, find themselves as kind of a support personnel in the background of the business, taking requests, logging information, building projects. And a lot of those times when those projects take a significant amount of time, you lose touch with the business priority. So, did you get me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, as a leader, it's your goal to be able to be tied to the business, to those leaders, to your C-suite, to your senior leadership executives, and make sure that you understand what those priorities are and how those priorities shift. In a fast-paced companies, they're always trying to find the next thing to make them that much better. Whether you're trying to get acquired, trying to raise money, trying to go IPO, whatever those things are, you need to make sure that what you're building in the organization is directly affecting the success and adding value to the organization. And the only way to do so is to be tied in. And your data science team, your data analytics team for that matter, will be very happy in the fact that not only the things they're working on are adding value to the business, but they understand that the things that are being seen by the business are the ones that are the most priorities. So those things will add morale, they'll boost, individuals in terms of how they want to stay in the business, and they'll also help them up for success later on as they work on other things in other organizations.
Cool. Well, that was really great advice. Thank you so much, Charles. I don't want to give too much away because I know you're going to be speaking about this topic next Wednesday at Data Science Salon Miami. So I'm really excited to see you there. I can't believe that this is just around the corner. It's just next week. And the topic of conversation is going to be focused on building data science teams, applying machine learning and AI in the enterprise, and we'll gather in person. And we're also going to be streaming everything live, so you can tune in from anywhere if you can't be there in person. We're nearly sold out, but you can apply to attend virtually. And you can check out the link that we're going to share with you guys in the comments section. And Charles, again, I look forward to meeting you there in person, and hopefully some of the members of your team as well are going to join. And it was really great to chat with you today. Thank you so much.
Likewise, looking forward to next week, and thanks for the time.
All right, guys, have a great rest of the weekend. Bye.
All right, bye.